he was not going to do anything but go to bed.
Wait, this is what happened.
She knew. wait.
They wasn't going for that. That's one of my nightmares here. Things I actually like fear. If I fall in public, don't come and try and help me up. Don't gather a crowd and try to leave me alone.
Let me see the insides. But okay, that sounded bad. That's not. And yes, she might have had one slip up where she claimed that somebody locked her in a dungeon, but that was one time. One time. It was only one time.
Not one time. Oh, I only killed somebody once.
Do you know what I mean?
I only robbed the bank once. Do you think you've ever given anyone that?
Oh, 100%.
Sure.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. Are you flipping joking? I don't shut up. That's enough.
Welcome to episode 1, officially episode 1 of No Caller ID. And No Caller ID is our weekly safe space where we get together and we just talk our ish about music, TVs, current events, yada 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 yada. Okay, and it's No Caller ID. That means you can't check us. Okay, so everyone stay in your lane. So it's got me, Shanali, aka Shan, and we've got D, and we've got Ebbs. Or do you want to actually say your like full names? I didn't check this with you guys.
I'm good.
Ebbs is fine.
So D and Ebbs is what we're gonna go with, yeah.
I ain't trying to have no stalkers. Yes.
Okay, cool. So as always, well, we're gonna start it this week. How is everyone? How's your mood? How's your week been? Anything exciting happened to anybody?
Exciting.
Don't all speak at once.
But I have been cooking. This is not exciting, but I have been cooking quite a lot lately as my own little bit of therapy. I think I'll go through phases where I'm always like, I'll cook a lot and then I'll just barely pick up a pan. But yeah, that's been my little way to just... Well, you know, a bit of this and a bit of that. This week I did a bit of vegetarian. So when I say, I'm acting like I'm cooking every day. It's like once or twice a week. But I did like this really nice chickpea curry with like spinach and flatbread. And it was really nice.
So wait, can I just ask, are you vegan?
So
or you like, because
I identify as a flexitarian. So, you know, sometimes
is that an actual thing? Is that what you have?
I'm vegan sometimes, but right now, you know, I don't really like labels anyway. So I feel like, you know,
sis.
No, I'm a carnivore. Okay,
there we
go.
I'm
a carnivore. That's what lockdown's done to me. I was trying, but here we are. So. Yeah.
Oh, cool. What about
you guys?
This week, no, I don't think anything really fun has happened. I just discovered some TV programs that have kept me up all night. I mean, yeah, that's about it. All night, the drama lives on. So I just had to stay up with it, and that's about it.
Cool. I think once, you know, we get out of lockdown, this little question might mean a bit more. We might have a bit more to say, but as of right now, yeah. What have I done this week? I've been trying to put my business hat on and do all sorts of stuff to do with that. We won't talk too much, but you know, put in different, what's the phrase? Pots in the iron in the fire.
I know what you're trying to get at, but
yeah, we'll move on. So yeah, I'm just trying to sort some stuff out, but we'll move on. So yeah, TV, what are we watching? So we have been on this journey now with The Bachelor and Real Housewives. So this week we're just kind of going to give our thoughts on this week's episode. So I guess we'll start with Bachelor. And I think we're on episode 7.
We are.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, lovely. Oh, I don't even know where to start.
Well, for those who don't know what The Bachelor is a show where you have a man and he'll be the bachelor, then you'll have a bunch of ladies who come to the house. So it's in a house setting and they all basically compete for this guy. And at the end of it all, he'll whittle the big number of ladies, and I think, correct me, it's over 30 this time, is it not?
Yeah, it was quite a lot.
it was a lot of ladies. Apparently a record-breaking amount of ladies for this season. So yeah, 30 ladies or so amount, and he'll whittle them down to one, and that will be who typically the Bachelor would propose to. However, in the past, we've seen sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But yes, proposal at the end. So yes, resume. Let's talk about what happened this episode.
Okay, lovely. So, someone else might want to take this because my memory is very, very gazy right now.
Okay.
How did it start?
Well, we pretty much have less than half of the ladies that we started with now. We've got Kit, who is still here. She's the fashionista. We have the first rose, the person who got the first rose, Abigail. Yeah. That's it. And we had some contenders that between the three of us really think are going to possibly do really well. What was their names again? One of the latecomers.
Michelle. I'm Team Michelle.
What? Auntie Michelle? She got the
no,
auntie?
I'm Team Michelle.
Oh, I thought you just gave the auntie. I was like,
No.
She got
no
pushed to the side.
No.
Okay.
Bree,
No,
we've got
here.
Rachel.
That's right.
Serena P.
That's it.
Oh, and Serena
C. Serena C.
Serena somebody.
Serena who?
Serena who? I'm trying to be nice, but this girl.
But okay, let's start with some of the explosive things that's happened. So we saw a build-up for a situation. Heather, she clearly came from a past season. If you guys can remember, she is the blonde who showed up in the car, quarantined, and now she entered the house. Mm-hmm. What did you guys think? Let's talk about it. The entrance
at week 6.
Yes.
What were you trying to do? It's hometowns next week. What do you expect? Oh yeah, he's gonna fall in love in 7 days. It was
stranger things have happened. Let's talk about the background of why she turned up, guys, because that's what concerned me, right? So she's seen this guy like everyone else who applied for the show, but her conviction was the fact that her best friend, which is a mutual best friend to the Bachelor, said that they belong together. So she was like, I gotta quarantine, drive up here because my best friend told me that this man is mine. How would if your best friend told you that this man on TV right now is your man? Are you driving, quarantining? Who's my best friend? Cupid. God, how does she know that? Like,
has Matt just entered their lives? So they're mutual friends already.
Yeah,
they've been mutual friends. So you're waiting until he's on TV where 30 women are fighting for him, and then you're, oh, by the way, that guy who I've known for XYZ, he's the perfect guy for you, by the way. But I just thought I'd let you know now.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, if you guys have been in this like friendship, or you've had this mutual friend for this whole time, mind you, like, she would have known like he's on this build up to go on this show before he even started it. She didn't mention none of this to you, like, oh, by the way, Matt, I've got this friend I just want you to meet. No. And not even week 1, not week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you decide. So she had this feeling of entitlement, I think, when she pulled up.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, so hang on, you've not got yourself any sort of guarantee, but you're going to go quarantine for 14 days anyway.
Yep.
Sis, I'm not staying in this hotel room unless you like tell me I'm getting on the show. Like, why am I staying here just on a maybe, on a if?
Right.
Like,
carry on. Go on.
I actually thought that they knew each other briefly or something. That would make it more, or she was an ex or something. That's what I thought until it was
at least
nice to
met
meet you.
100%. God, like, when she showed up, I was like, okay, it's an ex, and she probably realized, okay, I do know how this show works because I've been on it. It ends in a proposal. I don't want him to get married because I realized he's my guy. Not, you don't even know him.
But the way that he said her name, like when she walked in, I thought they'd at least met, because even like if like one of you guys, you guys are my friends, so if you have like another friend that I might have heard of, but if I've never even met you, I'm probably not ever going to remember your name. for me to say, oh, hey, Claire, or hey, whoever. I thought that was a bit, you've not even met her. How do you even know her name?
Do you think, I think maybe it's only because she's been on TV before.
Yeah.
So I didn't
that
watch
point,
that season or whatever it was, but so maybe like he recognises her and knows her that way. But
no, she got really far. She got far.
She?
She got to like hometowns, I believe, or so that far. Like she's known within the Bachelor community. But let's talk about the entrance, right? Because that was spicy. So she walked in a white dress. Can I add
a wedding? She looked like a wedding
thank you.
dress.
I just had to let that be clear. She rocked up prepared for that ceremony and walked past the ladies with a little wave. With a little dwindle in the finger.
She did her America's Next Top Model walk down. I was like, sis. I actually thought she was gonna steal him.
And then she rocked up in the middle of a conversation, and she was like, "Yeah, can I speak to Matt, please?" How would y'all feel from the perspective of the women, and then the perspective of the lady who was with Matt at the time?
Well, from the perspective of the other women sitting in the couch, I definitely would not have exhibited that behaviour that they did. Because me and you already spoke about this week, Dick. I did not like it at all. I thought it was very ugly. Not a fan of it at all. But the girl that was sitting there, like, she had a bit more reason to be like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing here? But at the same time, it was Matt who said, "Oh, excuse me, can you give us a minute?" Like, Matt's the one that actually excused you. So, direct that towards Matt. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't even know this girl. She don't even know you. She don't owe you nothing. She don't. Really. You're all in here. It's a competition. But they was on 10.
Oh, the girls were on 10. They were ready to go.
They were on 10. Which makes sense. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But I just would have never acted like they did.
Look,
like,
the way I see it is,
and
Heather, when you walk into a room in the middle of a show that is high pressured, where you have no social media whatsoever, and the only thing you guys have to talk about is your relationship with Matt, don't think you're going to walk in there and everyone's going to greet you with, "Hi, add you to the club of girls." I really don't think that is going to happen. So realistically...
Well, we saw that with the new girls, innit?
Realistically, that's
but at least it was a
going
group
to
of them.
happen. But I don't agree with the way they attacked her. That was wrong. However, do I think you're going to get open arms and not be asked, "Why are you here?" Girl, wake up. You did that to yourself the moment you walked in there.
That's the thing. I feel like she should have been prepared. She should have been a bit more prepared for just not having a welcoming reception. Like, she clearly... the 14 days you was in there, what was you doing? Because you wasn't even strategizing.
Oh,
do you know
no,
what I mean? Like, you
really, I think she really said it right. Entitlement. She really believed.
She was blindsided when she went.
Like, girl.
Right. Well, let's move on past Heather. We got it. She got the boot.
Heather
right?
happened. Heather came and went.
Quick thing, y'all. Serena with the hot yoga date. Girl is flexible, but she didn't like the hot yoga. I'm sorry. How are you going to do all the moves and then turn around and be like, "I don't like it"?
Did you hear, what's his name? Matt. And he was like, "Damn." When she arched her back. I was like, "Calm down, sir." She already feels uncomfortable, and here you are talking about damn. Relax.
How would you guys respond to that kind of date? So this is their second one-on-one. Like, how would you guys take that kind of date? Do you enjoy it?
My personality, I think I would have had fun with it. I am silly by nature, so to me, I think I would have just rolled with the punches, love life. I'm not flexing like her, so I would have flattened him, but it is what it is. I would have rolled with it and had fun.
Yeah, I don't think I would have felt like as awkward as she did. I'm imagining myself in that position. Like, you've been here for weeks, you've been dying for it to get this time with him. Now you've got it, dying for it. So yeah, I get like the feeling uncomfortable because you're not that close to him or whatever. But one, you've already had one-on-one time with him. You've already like sucked his face off. so you've already done that, Dad. So, yeah, I wouldn't have felt as bad as she did. But I'm glad that she said something, though. I'm glad she said and didn't just pretend like, yeah, I loved it.
But she was very, the first day, I'm sure she was very affectionate. From what I can remember, there wasn't a single girl that wasn't. So, to me, it was
that's what I'm saying. You've already, like, you've already crossed a certain line with him. So this wasn't like a, whoa, where did this date idea come from? Do you know what I mean?
I won't even lie, I was looking at her face and I was like, I feel like she's got the ick. That's how I felt. Like, there was a point when, do you know that she had her legs like wrapped around him in that pose, and like he was looking in her face, and then
she was looking off screen. She was like everywhere but his eye.
So
the girl was like, can you guys look at each other in the eyes?
Did anyone here actually think that they would be going to hometowns like this pairing? Because I never saw as a home contender.
No.
They look like just mates.
He even said that. Yeah, he even said that he walked into the friend zone or something. So
wow.
Yeah.
When he went into the date, he was like, I don't know how it happened, but I feel like I've walked into the friend zone. And
he said that
yoga thing happened, and then that was a bit worry. So like, I don't understand where this strong
conviction is on his side. It's on his side.
Yeah. So I didn't see this coming at all.
Yeah,
cool.
But I thought Piper over her would have gone through.
Yeah.
Which one was Piper?
She has the big, pretty brown curly hair.
Oh right, yeah. No, I knew she was.
I am correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You are. I knew she wasn't going through.
Really?
Yeah. 100%. I could just tell when they said like she's gone. I was like, yep.
Wow.
Because she was the one that got interrupted, didn't it, when Heather came in?
Yeah.
And the way she like was so distraught about the whole situation, it just gave me that she doesn't have any sort of like security in this relationship. Like I could just tell, like in her head, I think she knew in her head as well, like I needed this conversation. I needed it. So yeah, I didn't have any faith in them is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right. Well, one person that I did think would have had more of a chance is Abigail. What's your thoughts? Did he give her enough of a chance? She got the first impression rose.
Well, she didn't get a one-on-one really until that moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because she was like the last one that was still standing that hadn't had a one-on-one yet.
Yeah, I don't think they had that opportunity. They'd had very deep, serious conversations though. And I think because of the things that she said on night one, that's why I think she got the rose, because obviously she's, you know, her situation and it's very specific and it's very serious. So I feel like he gave her that rose to say, yeah, thank you for opening up and everything like that. But I don't think that was a sign that
100%.
She's a front runner.
Yeah. Do you also feel though, like in her situation, like there was any other choice but to be open? Because I feel like because of her condition and, you know, like, is it a disability? Well,
yeah,
I guess
it is.
Yeah, it is. Because of what it is, it affects your conversation. Like he's got to, because I think she said, you know, if you're talking and I don't respond, then I haven't heard you, like stuff like that. I feel like she kind of had to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she did.
So yeah, I didn't think she had a choice whether or not to be vulnerable about that.
True. I think he liked that she did it
to get it off.
I think he liked that she did it on the steps, so like literally, hi, my name is, and then she opened up. I think he liked, because from the sounds of it, he likes, you know,
he likes everyone to just be, here I am. This is me.
He wants to pick hearts. He just wants you to, everybody open up, and then he'll just look at hearts.
Yeah, let me see.
Let me see the insides. But okay, that sounded bad. That's not. So next, we talked to Abigail, we talked to Serena, and then last up before it all kind of we go on to something a bit serious. I think that Shan, you found out. At least I can see from here. Yeah. Would you ever give up your career for a chance at love? So that's now a situation with, remind me of her lovely name.
Brie.
Oh, Brie, yeah.
Yeah, Brie. And I really thought that she, like, okay, well, I mean, she's still going through to the next round, but
he had no choice. He had no choice.
I don't really know if this is a winning contender anymore, unfortunately.
I really liked Brie to begin with. I don't know if I'm saying I liked her for Matt, but I just liked her to begin with. But yeah, to answer your question, in this circumstance,
In this
it would be a no. In this 2021. Huh?
Oh, I said in this Panasonic.
Yeah, in this panorama,
I
no.
am no.
Nope.
My career.
Not a job.
And we're not saying, for love. We're saying for a chance, for a if, for a maybe.
Yeah.
We're not saying
not.
How would you feel though if the roles were reversed? Like someone told you that they've given up their career for a
Fist
chance
pump.
with you.
Fist pump, cool. Cool story, bro. Cool story. That's good for you. That's amazing. Period. Because I wouldn't want that pressure to kind of like put on my plate. So that sounds cold the way I said it, but honestly, I would have to distance it to the side. Like,
it's
cool
100% true. I always say, like, if you do something like that, if you do something that drastic about your life and your future, don't let it be because of Chanel. Nope. Because God forbid it goes wrong. You made me do this. I did this for you.
Do it with your whole chest, and I'll appreciate it always. And if reciprocated, then we can look back and add it to the love story. Like, he did this for me. He did this.
Yeah.
But trust me, if it doesn't work,
you did that on your own.
That was your choice.
I didn't ask you to do that.
That was for you, boo.
I mean, yeah, make sacrifices, but that's a sacrifice I can't do, so.
Period.
But yeah. So the thing that I found out this week about Bachelor. So I think I saw it on Instagram, or was it on Twitter? Whatever, I saw it. And it was an article that said Chris Harrison stepping down as host of The Bachelor because of defending Rachel's racist remarks or something crazy like that, right? So I was like, let's read into this. Let me see what I want. So I looked, and basically what had happened was Rachel Kirkconnell, who is, one of Matt's favourites, I would say. Why are you laughing, Daniil?
Nothing, just carry on.
So Rachel, one of Matt's favourites, I would say. I think we would probably agree. The one that he took on the shopping strip. She, back in her college days, that would be our university days, she went to this party that was associated with this sorority who are quite in supportance of the Confederate flag. And I forgot the guy's name. Some old forefather, but he had a statue in America and they took it down last year because of all Black Lives Matter and stuff. So you kind of know where I'm getting at with what they stand for. So they had this party, and it's I think it's called something antebellum, which is basically what the white people used to have back in the days when they had the plantations, and they would all dress up in that kind of attire. Had heavy roots connected to slavery, racism, plantations, blah, 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 blah. So the picture that surfaced of her there, decked out, having a good old kiki, enjoying herself. So within that, I think Chris Harrison then had an interview with another, I think her name is Rachel. Dee, you might be able to help me out. She's a black bachelorette.
She was the first black bachelorette, yes.
Right, yeah, with her. And within that interview, he was basically saying, look, we need to give Rachel Kirkconnell a chance to speak her mind. I don't think she's racist. I don't think it's anything like that. Give her a chance, basically, is kind of what he was saying. Which was then obviously deemed as he's taken up for her or something along those lines. Long story short, next thing you know, the next thing that comes out is that he stepped down. And we know what it means when someone says they've stepped down. Like,
Yep.
it hasn't come from him. It's come from the higher ups. Like, we're trying to dead the story. So I just thought it was very interesting that Rachel is now in this whole controversy around racism and all of that. And here she is, pining for the love of the first black bachelor. I just thought it was very interesting. I'm just like, yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on, one, her being at this party? Mind you, this was, I want to say 2018. Yeah, 2018. So, and again, like, I think her mom commented, and mom was like, oh, this was like 3-4 years ago, blah, blah, blah. That's not a long time.
And we know the timeline.
Like, that 2018 was not back in the day.
Trust
like, you
me,
knew
I can
better.
count.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, with someone being a part of that, how could you then say that you love a black man?
Yeah, period.
It doesn't make
Do you know what I mean? Like, the math is not mathing, is what I'm trying to say. It's not adding up.
Right?
It
Don't
really
make no
isn't.
sense.
I think this is a conversation that's actually very timely, because many people like to claim that they're not racist and then deny their behaviors which are racist, period. Or at least if it's not racist, in the sense of oppressing someone, it's definitely comes from, kind of like the origins of racism, where they're not really checking the racism. They're just playing bystander to the racism. And I think this is what this is exemplifying to me. So I'm black. I would consider myself anti-racist. And in this instance, I would think to myself, okay, there is a conversation to be had here, because she needs to have a chance to speak her truth. She does.
Yeah.
I wouldn't flat out say, racist, you're a racist. What I would say is what you did definitely adhered to racism, right?
Yeah.
You partook in that. Can't deny it. The proof is in the pudding. Now, what have you got to say about it? Because we need to understand why you would attend something like that. Surely you thought it was acceptable enough for you to go and kiki at such a theme party. Was that not offensive to you?
And this is my thing. Like, at the moment with The Bachelor, right? Is it being filmed now, or are we watching recorded episodes?
This is recorded, so like not that long ago though, because obviously they're quarantining, and this whole situation of having to quarantine only happened in March. So the timeline is showing that it's within this year. Typically, I think TV shows are recorded. We're seeing a backlog of maybe 3 to 4 months, or 3 to 5 months.
Because I was just thinking, if it was recorded, then I mean, if it was like recorded within, like, say, they record 2 weeks in advance, something like short like that, then this would definitely need to be brought to Matt's attention, because I would feel like he would need to see this and talk to her about this.
Yeah.
Because I would hate to be in that position if I made a decision and I picked this person and come to find out, hold on, like, you did this or you did da.
Yeah.
Where do I fit in with this as a black person?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sticky and weird situation. I read her apology. I think she released apology recently.
Yeah, she did.
And I think she said in that apology that it was through ignorance that she took part in this, and she now acknowledges that it was racist, despite it being ignorant. And it's a tricky situation, because it was only a few years ago. It's not as if this was
like, how ignorant could you be?
Like, that's the thing.
You weren't that ignorant.
Willfully.
Yeah,
it was willfully ignorant, because the issue's in your face. You just
Yeah.
chose not to care.
It confuses me,
you weren't
because
that ignorant.
how many people? So she got dressed. Her friends are seeing the thing. The event that she's attending. Her parents are aware of the event she's attending. It's past all these people who clearly no one said, "Oh no, you shouldn't be doing this." So she's surrounded by people who have co-signed those actions. So to me, I don't know if that's ignorance or just
You just didn't care.
I can't put myself in that headspace or that
It's
mindset.
a culture.
But
We currently live in a world though that is willfully ignorant to a lot of things. willfully. Like, there's a lot of things we see going on even today that we're sitting right now and knowing that's wrong, and we're too being willfully ignorant around. So I can think to her in that instance of her deciding it's not important enough to her life to care enough to do something, say something, or not even attend. So she just needs to own that and just be like, it's true though, I just didn't care at the time, and now I care now.
I think she said that she's actively trying to be anti-racist now, and she like everyone that she else wasn't
like everybody else.
That phrase, I'm actively trying to be anti-racist. Look, listen, good luck to you, Rachel. I hope you see
Rachel
sense.
You deserve the heat. That's all I got to say. Sit in that stew pot and deal with it, because everything coming to you right now with the heat is deserved. Can't sit there and be willfully ignorant and then fail to get a pat on the thingy. Look, accountability is all I've got to say.
There we go.
Sorry, the ignorant thing is confusing because everyone knows about the history of slavery in
That's
America.
what I'm saying. You weren't ignorant.
You
There was
know.
no ignorance in it at all. It's not something that you didn't know about. You knew
It's
what
like
it
going
was
to a
about.
friggin' concentration camp themed party. Like,
Yeah.
it's not some. It doesn't make sense
What's
if you don't know
ignorant about
history.
it? There's nothing ignorant. You just
Sorry,
didn't care. It's not something that you don't know about. You know.
Period.
There's the flag waving outside the building as you walk in, sis. You know what it is. Everyone's white. There's no black people allowed to come here. You know what the party's for. Like, you're not ignorant. Girl, goodbye. I'm not buying what you're trying to sell me, Rachel.
We ain't buying it.
Ain't buying it, sis. Okay, that's for The Bachelor then. I'm excited actually for this upcoming episode of when they go to, well, they don't go to hometowns, but their families and stuff will come over and I'll have a good little chin wag, I think.
They do go to hometowns, I believe.
I don't think they were doing that because of the quarantine.
Oh, but I remember seeing the clips, and I swear they were in each other's yards.
Oh, okay, amazing.
I thought they were on the same couch, but maybe.
Yeah, they looked like they were in the same house. That's why I just assumed they weren't going.
Oh.
Because I think because of the quarantine, obviously, remember that none of them are actually like allowed.
Oh, so the family had to come quarantine instead.
Yeah, that's what I think. Don't quote me though.
We'll see. Yeah,
we'll see. Real Housewives of ATL. This episode was a little bit slow for me again. This whole season, like we're on episode 9. I'm presuming everyone knows what Real Housewives of Atlanta is, so I'm not even going to go through it if you don't do research. Sorry. But yeah, so for the last couple of episodes, they're still down in South Carolina on this whole girls trip, and I'm doing quotations. Girls trip, Kenya's girls trip featuring LaToya, which is technically actually featuring Kandi because Kandi's doing more than LaToya, but we won't even go there. So the girls, what do they have first? They're having like this meal downstairs, and they're like, you know, because Kenya's not really planned any like real activities or like real entertainment for this whole trip, apart from the murder mystery, which no one was really on. So Portia says at the table, like, let's play a game. Everyone go upstairs, get into your little Jimmy Jams, come back downstairs. She even said, make it quick. She said, don't do no makeup, redo your hair, upstairs and down. That was what everyone's understanding was. Everyone does that apart from Kenya. Kenya goes upstairs. Her daughter is here with the nanny, but she, you know, relieves the nanny and she's upstairs with her daughter. So everyone's sitting downstairs like, where's Kenya? Where's Kenya? So Kandi, being Kandi, decides to go upstairs and check. First thing Kenya says is, why you brought the cameras up here? And I was like, Kenya, you're on a show. It's being filmed. Like, everyone's waiting on you. She basically tells Kandi that she's not coming down. So, yeah. How do you guys feel about that whole moment with her? Like, because obviously the girls were, like, very, very upset. Within the whole not being able to bring their kids, Kenya's brought her kids. Now she's not even engaging. That whole drama,
whole scenario.
Yeah, the whole scenario. How do we feel about Kenya and the girls' reactions?
So I've got two minds. I think in reality, if I was on a girls' trip and someone said they ain't coming downstairs, I don't care. Stay upstairs. Bye. I really could not give a toss. I'm about to go downstairs and have me some wine and have the best time of my life. And that's just who I am. But if that's the host who said that she ain't coming downstairs after you didn't actually plan for us to do anything, yeah, that's taking the absolute mick. Don't you feel like I came all the way out here, you're not even trying to come down here and entertain, or you're not planning this one, but just partake. Like, I thought I was here because of you. I thought you wanted to hang out with me and everyone else here, and now you don't want to partake, so what am I here for?
Right. I agree with you. I think I do agree with you. Because Kenya
I can hear the butt coming, sis.
I agree, Kenya. We can agree Kenya is a terrible host, right? That goes without saying.
Kenya's number one fan. Go on, Ebony.
This specific situation, they were like, "Oh, what are we doing tonight?" And she's like, "Let's get in our PJs and go to bed." So Kenya, in her mind, she was not going to do anything but go to bed. Wait, this is what happened. She knew. Wait.
They wasn't going for that.
She said it in a jokey way, but I actually think she was being serious. It was probably like 7 o'clock at night as well. So like everyone was thinking, what? And then Portia, was suggested doing that. At which Kenya didn't say anything. She didn't agree or anything. Now I will say she is the host. I've said that. Okay. So obviously it's sticky. All she should have done is open her mouth and said, "Actually, girls, I think I'm just going to call it a night." If that's what she wants to do. Yeah. She wants to spend time with the child. She just doesn't talk, and it annoys me.
She doesn't know how to communicate. Like, she does not know how to communicate about anything. Even when they took it to the other restaurant the next day or something, and she's there and she's all like, be my village, and no one's helping me. You're not be my talking. Village.
Like, she doesn't open up.
Be my village. How are we supposed to be your village? We don't even know if you need help. You're not actually talking to anyone. You don't communicate with anyone. You expect everyone to just read your behavior and read your signs and know how to act accordingly. When you don't do that for other people, you don't exhibit the behavior that you want to receive.
Period.
So, girl, I'm over Kenya. I'm over it. I'm over the whole conversation, actually. Yeah, no, I'm over them as well with the whole didn't get to be my baby.
Okay, Shan, baby now. Over everything.
I am. Because it's been days now. We know you didn't get to bring your baby. Yeah, okay, we move. But we're still talking about it. So I am over that in a sense. But I think it's just because they haven't checked Kenya how they want to check her. So that's why I'm still talking about it.
That was what I was so surprised about, because we do know these ladies are all individually, can hold their own, and they can be rowdy sometimes. And I really expected Candy, if I'm honest, to pop off a little bit. Not in a big way. She's not Nene, Don't just pop off for no reason. But because it was personal. She does have the youngest baby out of all of them. I expected her to pop off a little bit, but she didn't. She actually cried. That made me realize how much it really hurt her, that decision of Kenya made.
And you can tell they're actually real friends, because she sat Kenya down privately on the porch and had that conversation and told her, look, I wasn't happy with X, Y, and Z. And Kenya, did not see her point of view. I don't think she's empathetic at all, which is so frustrating, because she's got some really good friends, like in Candy and Cynthia, and I just feel like... Yeah. I don't know.
She doesn't I don't know, I just couldn't be friends with her.
Even Portia. I don't know why everybody just don't like Portia. Portia is a dime.
Who doesn't like Portia?
Look, if Portia was about and we actually knew each other, 100% she could be a friend, because she seems loyal. She is lots of fun. And yes, she might have had one slip up when she claimed that somebody locked her in a dungeon, but that was one time. One time. It was only one time.
Not one time. Oh, I only killed somebody once.
Do you know what I
only robbed the bank once. But no, I actually agree with you. I agree. I think Portia is a gem as well. But I also feel like, when Portia and Drew were sitting on the little stokes, and Drew, being the newbie, they all... Ebony, listen. Drew's giving me the same chat that all the new girls would give. Oh my gosh, you guys were at
Nothing
war
new.
yesterday, and then today you're all we don't harbour. They move
Welcome
on.
to the show.
Welcome to the show.
It's
Jodie.
episode like whatever it is now. Come on.
And she's all like, oh, you guys need to say, as Portia said, it shouldn't come from me. Because it can't come from Portia. It cannot.
Yeah,
if
no.
someone was to check Kimye, Portia's the last one.
Yep.
Because it's going to go left.
Oh, always.
He's not listening. Kimye's not going to receive that. So at the table, Drew decided that she's going to be the one.
Listen,
I was like, Drew, you'll be me.
Drew wants that beach next year.
Why did Drew feel like she was the one to have that conversation with Kimye of all people?
She just don't like it, that's why. And
Yeah.
then when she was like, for example, I'm like, that's the only example. Just speak it. Say it with your chest. Like,
Yeah.
the issue I have is with you, Kimye.
Period.
X, Y, and Z.
Hide
Not
it
like
behind.
just an example. And the thing
I hate
is,
when they do that.
the
She only
only
let the
thing
food
is,
come out.
She annoys
do you know
me.
what I mean?
Before the
Oh,
food
no.
comes.
Guys, no, we have to talk about it. How dare Kimye check? What's her name? The really nice one from Canada.
Tanya.
How dare she
I love
check her
Tanya.
over ordering the food? She was looking out for everybody.
She was so quiet. She was like, can I have
She was just, I want the shrimp.
She didn't
Just want the
interrupt
butter
you
this.
at all. But do you see when she was like talking to Portia and she was like, I'll wait until Portia's finished off her phone. Portia was like, you can wait. Because she didn't
Love her.
She was like, I need everyone's attention on me right now. Girl, we're listening, but you're not saying anything.
And the thing is, Kenya's the worst when other people are talking. She's on her phone all the time.
She is.
Does not. It's just. It's exhausting trying to defend her. Honestly, sometimes. Really, it's a full-time job. I'm trying, but sis, you're not making it easy.
How could you? I think, like, right, so if Kimye was in your group of like friends or associates or whatever, like, where would she fit? Like, what kind of friend do you? Are you shaking your head? What kind of friend would she be? Would she be your friend to have fun with? Would she be your friend to have deep conversation? Why are you so? Why is everyone giving me these looks? Like, if you had to, I'm saying if you have to.
She's
No,
a TV
you have to.
character, right?
In my
Like,
question, she has to be a friend. I want to know where you're going to place her.
Okay, Instagram friend. That's what she would be for me.
That's a good one.
Because Instagram friends, I really never in my life need to meet you. That's what it means. I can block you. I can receive you when I'm ready. Block you again. And that's all we need.
Damn, Kimye.
That is a good placement.
That is, I was going to say a friend. No, let me not.
What
But yeah,
what was
I
she
agree.
gonna say? What? What were you gonna say? She said a friend.
I was going to say
Just that.
the same. The same sort of thing, but a friend, like my celebrity friend, that would give me free stuff. Free wigs. Even though she says she doesn't wear a wig, but we all know she does. I'd finesse it. Even that whole thing about her wearing the hair was, do you remember that? Was it last season or the season before?
Yeah.
When they caught her out about wearing a half wig. Oh my.
Come on, girl.
Let's just.
Come on.
I don't wear a wig. For 7 years you sat here and told us, and we saw them tracks. So let's not lie, Kimye. I mean, I know you
wasn't
have
even a
beautiful
big
hair, but you
deal.
did wear. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It was not a big deal. We know you have good hair. We've seen it. Everyone likes your hair, but you were wearing a half wig at that time. So why go above and beyond to pretend that you weren't?
This is my business. This is my brand.
We had a whole 2 episodes on it about her wearing. Oh, you know what? Let's not.
Right.
Anyway, guys. Yeah, that's I guess our TV goss for this week.
Wait, there was a question for y'all. Have you ever
go on.
had a friend who can't take accountability? And how did you deal with them, actually?
I don't think I have.
I have.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
I'm trying to think deep.
She ain't my friend no more. That's what happened.
Well,
Kimye.
I was thinking that was going to be your.
Oh,
your answer.
110%.
I was thinking that was going to be your
Yes.
answer.
No, I had a friend. And the thing is, it gets me annoyed when I call somebody a friend, not an acquaintance, a friend. Couldn't take accountability. And I'm the type of person who's like, look, I just got to drop my rocks and keep it moving. Like, I got to actually tell you what's up. And
How
if you
old
don't
were you?
like it, I ain't trying to give a timeline like that because I don't class. I
I
don't class people as friends.
because that's what I was
that
trying to
much.
figure out.
So it's very obvious if you know me.
All right, well,
So-
we'll leave that. We'll leave that then. But I was just
But
trying to
yes,
figure out.
all
like,
I'm trying to say is, I had to drop that one.
which I think is a very fair response. Ebony, have you?
No, I'm still searching through the archives, to be honest. I feel
I'm trying to think.
it's just.
I feel like
Okay, anything in... Okay, has there... Okay, maybe if we make this more specific.
I feel like I have, you know.
Caught someone in a lie? Any lie?
No. I don't think I've caught like a friend in. But I'm thinking like I'm throwing it back to like high school,
girl.
verging onto primary school.
Primary!
Oh, no.
Serious?
No,
Wait, she's
let
I
it
used to
go.
have
Deep.
like no,
Let
I'm
it
serious.
go.
I used to have certain friends. We won't even go into it. Actually, let me not. Let me leave it alone.
Let's
Let's leave that alone. Because people will.
release.
That was the archives.
I didn't want to narrow down what school it was, so let's leave it.
Whoa.
But yeah, I couldn't cope with a friend like that though,
No.
at all.
No.
Well, I guess Kenya's a no.
Yeah, sorry, Kenya. I like you for the show, but yeah, not in my personal. Has anyone had any like new music that they've indulged in this week, or even like old? I've indulged in not new music, but in Ari Lennox this week, and I know like I'm obviously quite late to train, and I remember before people telling me, oh, you should listen to Ari Lennox, you should, and I was just like, oh, she's not really my vibe.
Oh.
But she definitely is my vibe. And I've only found that out within this week. But yeah, I haven't indulged in any new
Ari,
music.
that me kissing my teeth to Shan was for you. Okay, just letting that be known.
Huh?
How dare you? I just went like this.
Oh,
when
I
you
heard
said
you.
that you only found out about her. I was just like, look, I
I
had to
didn't
do that
only
one
find
for
out
her.
about her. I only decided to listen to her. Outside of like the songs that I would have heard, like Shea Butter and all that stuff, like I know them ones, but actually like indulge,
Guys.
didn't do that
She's
until
a
this
babe,
week.
and her lives are actually really entertaining.
Yeah.
Really entertaining. Her Instagram lives. So
Oh, I haven't watched
get
any of that.
into it. Get into it. She doesn't do anything in particular. She just talks crap in the best way.
Yeah, she's got a very soft voice. So I've heard her like cuss somebody out before on the timeline. On video.
I didn't mean
and
like
it was
that.
just so eloquent. No, she's like got somebody together, but it was just so like eloquently said that it didn't feel like she was cussing them out. Even when she swears, it was like, oh, okay.
Oh gosh,
like
yeah. No, I watched her
but
when
yeah.
she was like making pizza. That's what I was actually talking about.
Oh, no.
but- She was, like,
I'll
making
find
pizza.
it and I'll send it because it is quite funny. It's very funny. I'm trying to remember who it was because I feel like it was a thing. This I'm talking like Miss probably was like last year or something, but I remember it was on Twitter. Yeah, I can't remember. But I did want to bring something up. So this week there was this snippet of this song that got released. I don't think the full song's come out yet, but it's got Meek Mill in it and oh wow, I want to say Little Baby, or is it the baby? One of the babies.
Oh my gosh.
There's too many of
Oh,
these
I
people. Ugh, let's not get into the YBNs and the YFFs and the right. It's got one of the babies in there with Meek Mill. And he says so I found out today that apparently the song is supposed to be like in homage to Kobe Bryant. And he says a lyric. I'm going to read it out. I just want to know what you guys think of it. So he says, and if I ever lack, I'm going out with my chopper, which could be a gun, but we know Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter. So I'm going out with my chopper. It will be another Kobe. And then he says something else. But basically he says that line, right? So a lot of people were obviously like up in arms about the whole lyric. And then you had a lot of people coming forward and saying, look, this is rap. In rap, you say whatever you want. So, and we always see it like crosses the lines. Well, if there's even a line with art, there's always been that question. So I just want to see what you guys think. Do you think that there is a line when it comes to art and creativity in terms of things like this, or just anything? Or do you think it's free reign? Anyone can say or do as they please?
I personally think there has to be a line. And, you know, all this stuff about there is no lines, I think we need lines. I think there's been enough examples of how music, television, and just the creative arts in general can really influence us and the way we live. So with that being said, there really should be some lines. And I don't think I'm going to be specific in this case. It's very disrespectful, isn't it? Because that is kind of like the same circles. You know, sports really collide with music. We see it all the time. It's always the music artist that sits at the front row of the basketball matches. And you know why. It's not even been a year, has it? It hasn't been a year. It hasn't been
long at all.
I think it's coming up to
It was only a year.
No, it's
a year for Pop Smoke. And he died before Kobe. So
yeah, it's coming up to a year though, because I remember we were still in the office, because I was still at work, and we left the office in March and it for Corona.
For Kobe.
Oh, was it afterwards? Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, 26th of January is when he died.
Oh wow! Well, still, that's really soon.
Yeah, so within this,
I personally wouldn't have dropped. Out of respect, for Pete's sake, I just think it's disrespectful.
And
to
for them
bro.
to say the song is gonna be called Kobe Bryant, apparently.
Oh,
and
is that the only
homage
reference
to him?
Is that the only Kobe reference in the song?
There's another one by the Baby, or Little Baby, one of them. Sorry guys, where he says something, but I don't think it's disrespect. I think he says something like about naming his son Kobe or something like that. So his name is in the song again. But yeah.
If you said this song was in homage to
that's
Kobe,
what it says
right?
on Genius, and Genius is supposed to be really good for rap people.
Did he touch base with the family or something? See, this is
my thing.
We're not a part of the circle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, if she gave the blessing, then as much as we're all offended, as long as the people most in contact, if they're okay with it.
But this is my thing. The line itself, it says, if I'm ever lacking, I'm going out with my chopper, it will be another Kobe. So you're saying you're going out with your gun, it's going to be another Kobe, meaning another death. So you're using
it as a helicopter.
That's
well, yeah, it's like a double entendre though. So a chopper is a gun. Right. So I think that's what he means. But obviously we know chopper, gun, helicopter, same thing in this lyric. But you're not saying it. Huh?
You said helicopter, gun, same thing, and I was like,
in the whole double entendre of we're writing, when you say something but you mean something else.
That's what they do, yes.
But I'm just like, because for me, I was like, when it comes to like lines in like art and creativity, it's like, I personally, like, I watch a lot of battle rap. And within battle rap, it's always a thing. There's no lines. People talk about your dead granddad. People talk about whatever, right?
Yeah.
And in that field, sometimes I get it. Like, it's completely out of pocket. We know that. But it's within this thing. But that's when everybody is on that same thing. Kobe Bryant is not in this equation. He's not, like, giving his A-OK to do this. Or say something like that. Whether or not his wife has, I don't know, but he is not a part of this. So to bring him in and to say it in a line like this, it just makes me think, I don't know. I don't feel good about, I wouldn't like sing this line out if I was like in a club, or do you know what I mean? It's not something I would shout like, da 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 da.
It's a bit of a, I agree with what you're saying. It's a bit of a weird one as well, because he's saying, if I'm ever lacking, as if Kobe chose almost,
as if Kobe made a mistake,
die, like it wasn't
in order for him to die.
So that's why
the line itself is the song's probably going to be shit anyway, excuse my French, but the line itself is just like, and I don't know if you guys remember, there was a song like back in the day with like Drake and I think DJ Khaled and all of these guys, and on that song Drake had a lyric about Kobe's wife Vanessa, Stay Scheming, and it basically this is when Kobe and Vanessa were like having problems, and I think they were going to get divorced, and it was said that she was going to get a lot of money for it. because Kobe had cheated and blah, 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 right? And in the song, Drake says, he called her a bitch, basically, like, because I can't remember the actual line, but it was saying that because she wasn't actually playing the basketball, how is this bitch supposed to come and get half of my, like, 150 mil or something like that? Yeah. And now Drake will never sing that thing again. Like, before Kobe died, I think they sorted that out. And I think before Kobe died, there was, like, they had some understanding, like, he's not singing that bar again. Like, yeah. So we already know, like, we should be tiptoeing around this, and I just think, Meek, it's very disrespectful if you say something like that.
I don't like to criticize someone's art, but I just think if this is supposed to be in tribute or something, I think it's quite weak, to be honest. Like, that this is my
I don't get
opinion
the tribute part of
like,
this line.
Is that it? Like, and
so yeah, but yeah, creativity and art and whatever, it's all a bit. But I think when it deals with real people, then that's when I think there's definitely a line. If you're just,
you know what, I agree with, like, kind of what you said earlier, Shan. I will actually just pick you back up quickly on that point you said. You know how there's battle music? I agree. Like, there still needs to be a space for you to just explore creatively wherever you want to go with it. Sometimes it gets quite disrespectful. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember watching that too. I used to watch, like, things like that. What was it? Yo Mama, I swear, was on MTV back in the day. I used to be cracking
I think I remember that.
It used to be cracking up. That was disgusting and out of order, what they used to say. And so that's just my baby version of battle music. And this isn't battle music. So kind of like what Ebony said, it's tribute music. And it's like, so the lines were blurred. Yeah, the lines were a little bit blurred there. And I just agree. Creativity is creativity, but maybe it was in poor taste.
Yeah, definitely poor taste. Line. I think that sums it up. Definitely poor taste. Whatever you were trying to do, it didn't convey.
Nah.
So, moving on to straight from the TL.
Woohoo!
See what is the juicy goss that's happened this week. So, Kimye is on the rocks.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian has filed for divorce from Kanye West.
Does anyone know what the backstory to this is?
Well, I tried to do my research before we started, and all it said is just irreconcilable differences, which means anything. But I know that Kanye tweeted last year that he was trying to get divorced from Kim.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He did.
There were rumors.
It's been ongoing.
There were rumors that his, like, him campaigning, in terms of, like, the presidential election and everything like that. That's kind of what
pushed her over the edge.
Yeah, but I don't know.
This guy thought he was. Oh, anyway. I don't really have much thoughts on it, to be honest, but I think they lasted longer than I thought they would.
Yeah.
And they were married for like 7 years. And obviously had some beautiful children out of it, so hopefully they will keep that co-parenting life together.
Yeah. I think they've agreed on joint custody, or I don't know how. But yeah. So it sounds like hopefully it won't be that bad. But when it comes to money, things always get a bit.
Of course, it's gonna get messy. It's Kanye. It's not even Kim. It's Kanye.
I was gonna say because
it's gonna get messy.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was gonna get messy, it's not gonna come from Kim.
No,
it'll come. Kanye will have one day, but then he does suffer from bipolar, which I think she said, or he said before, that just affect the way he tweets and some stuff that he puts out. Sometimes, like, he'll just go off the rails.
That was actually Kim. Kim said that, and then he kind of concreted, like, yeah, she is right. And he also did an interview that's on Netflix, so I watched it out of interest. And I can't remember who it was, who he was interviewed by. But anyway, he did talk about his, his experience with bipolar, which I found actually a lot of respect for him through hearing him speak about it. So yeah, that does play a part, but I think he knows how to manage it.
I hope so.
But he actually did say, and I'm not even trying to stir the pot, and I'm not trying to insinuate this is what he does, so please don't take me out of context.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, it's what he said. You can watch the interview. So he said that's because people perceive him to be crazy. Sometimes he just talks his crap because he can get away with it because people will just think, oh, he was having a bipolar episode. And he's like, good, think that. I'm just going to talk my crap then. So, I don't know. That's just something.
Do you think people give allowances to Kanye?
Yes.
Just say whatever.
Oh,
yes.
He said a lot. If you think of some of those... So, what was it? Rosa Parks? I can't even remember. Some weird things he was saying. If that was anyone else.
Kanye say we chose to be enslaved.
That's it.
Chose it.
I think he just thinks really deeply sometimes and doesn't think about the implications of his deep thinking.
Well, that's what I mean. We give allowances to him.
Yeah, but that's
he would
not
say
okay.
stuff and then everyone would be like, oh, but I just don't think he eloquently said it properly. No, he said it exactly what he was thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he meant.
Was.
Why are we trying to read into it like, no, he didn't mean we chose it. I think he meant that, no, that's what he meant. And that's what he said.
It was probably part one of a 10-step to a thought process, but that stage...
That's where he landed.
That's it, yeah. He said that part with his chest.
That's what he meant, sis. He didn't mean anything else. There was deep... No. That's what he meant. Oh, wow. But yeah. Kanye, what did they say? You know when people always say there's like a thin line between genius and crazy? And people always use Kanye as reference for that. So,
well...
Yeah. It's a thin line.
She knew I was going to say she knew who she married. So I ain't got nothing to say on that.
She did. Because when did he call out Taylor Swift? 2009.
Yeah.
Is that what started it?
So she knew.
That's what I'm saying. He's been wilding out for time.
He's been wilding out for time.
Since I was in school. Yeah, since I was in school.
Yeah, because, yeah.
So everybody know what they're getting into when they get into anything with Kanye. So
yeah. Good luck to them. Good luck to y'all and your marriage. Well, sorry, divorce, whatever. I don't know which one I want to end it on. Okay, right. Let me quickly discuss this one. So, there is a actress by the name of Jodie Turner-Smith, and she is a black British actress. I want to say the name that she's British, but basically she's playing the role of Anne Boleyn in this new, I don't know if it's a docu-series or something, whatever. She's playing Anne Boleyn in this like highly publicised thing. And there was a lot of like controversy around it because I think the first pictures came out within the last week of her as Anne Boleyn. And everyone was kind of up in awe or upset at the fact that we've got a black woman playing Anne Boleyn, who is obviously a white woman who actually existed. We're not talking about a fictional character here, like an actual person. Yeah. So I want to know, do you guys think that there should be any limitations, or that anyone from any race, should they be allowed to play anybody in the TV film world, or should we actually have limitations? Like, if I'm talking about a real person, not a fictional character, someone that actually existed. Do you think there should be a limitation on making sure that person is played by someone of their same race?
Go on, Ebony. I'll come last.
Okay,
I know me.
I
have my answer as well. So.
The thing is, I have two perspectives, because I watched a video recently. I obviously I'm paraphrasing super quick, but the lady she's in theatre, and she was saying there's two styles of theatre. There's one where you I can't remember the terminology, but you ignore everyone's race and you just focus on talent. And there's another one where you acknowledge everyone's race and present it in that way. So if I'm looking at it from that perspective, then they're hiring based on talent, so that's that. At the same end, if this is like an educational type of thing, I don't know the backstory to anything, then I can understand why people would expect a historical figure to be portrayed in the way in which they were actually, present, and how they lived, and so I can see I don't know, I can see it from both perspectives. I just think the only reason why people probably would have more support of this is because it is someone who is from a minority, and typically, black people are, they don't get those leading starring roles. So it's a tricky one, because I don't have like a concrete, this is great, at the end of the day, like, if she's talented, if she could do the role well, then great. You know what I mean? But if it's an educational thing, I can see it. I don't have a strong opinion on this, to be fair.
Just to add as well, sorry Dee, I don't know if you want to go next, but Channel 5, the company that are actually doing it, they came out in support of saying we chose Jodie, and we're sticking with Jodie, right?
Good.
Just to, so Dee, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Yeah, actually my point is quicker than I thought, because I'm gonna mirror quite a bit from what Ebony said, which is I have a firm opinion on it, by the way. My opinion is I think it's great. I think fantastic, do it. But I also think that we are in this position due to our past. And I will say that with my chest simply because historically we have seen characters that have not been played by the role in which, you know, the role in which that actor, actress is the same ethnicity, race, or whatever it is, as. And they're historical figures too. True. That's happened for a time because white people always took up the roles and played everything. I swear, if you look at any of the films between anything beyond 2000 and older, of any country show, every single one of them, quote unquote, red Indians, which is actually a racist thing to say, were white with paint on their faces. I'm over it. They weren't allowed the roles. And these people actually exist. And there was definitely some in the industry, they just weren't allowed to play the characters. I think what we're seeing now is uproar because it's a white woman who's going to be played not by a white woman, and that's what we're really seeing here. Not so much, oh my gosh, the character is not from the same ethnicity. They haven't been historically on TV for a very long time. But this is the one you want to point out? So I'm just like, nah. I'm still waiting to watch one of those. I'm Christian, so I'm still waiting to see one of those Bible stories where I see Jesus as black, or just any color that's not white, because historically it's proven he wasn't white. So I don't know if he was black, so people who say, oh yeah, he is, I don't know. He was actually probably Middle Eastern. I don't know. It's just he definitely wasn't white. That much we can say due to where it was at the time. As it says, Bethlehem, all that stuff. So it's just like, I don't care. We're in this position because of our history. So now we're going to roll with the punches. For time, this has been the standard. So what's the problem now? This is the standard. We all play everybody, so.
Yeah.
Good point.
I kind of, yes, I again also have a firm opinion on this, but I just feel like it shouldn't happen. I don't think she should be playing Anne Boleyn. But my thought process stems basically from what you said, Dee. Like, growing up, when I used to watch certain things, like, especially like, say, Egypt, for example, I would think all Egyptian people are white. All these, like, what are they called? Pharaohs. And all of these people, as you said, my whole life, you know, Jesus is white, everybody is white, everyone's white, right? Yeah. And we know that that's not the case. And I just feel like, yes, it's the standard that's been set, but do we not need to change that? Like, how are we going to feel if one day they decide to make a movie about, you know, who I don't know, they're doing something like Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Oprah, Will Smith down the line, and it's played by a white person? Like, what the hell? No, that's not okay. And I feel like if it's fictional, whereas if we're talking about a superhero or like James Bond, for example, how no one wants Idris Elba to be James Bond. James Bond is made up. James Bond is not a real person. If we're talking about real people that, and it's not being portrayed in like a comical way or this is an actual drama, so it's going to have factual things in there. How are we having a black person play Anne Boleyn? Anne Boleyn's not black. And I say that because I don't want to have a couple of years down the line, they're now making this movie about Martin Luther King and it's a white man. How the hell are we having a white man play Martin Luther King? Isn't that white? It changes the whole narrative of the situation. So I think if we want to change the standard of where we've allowed our history to be whitewashed, we cannot then say we're not going to play white people. We can't. Because they're just going to use that as a sense of now, well, you played Anne Boleyn in 2021.
Period.
So we're going to do whatever. No, is this...
No,
I don't
period.
agree.
I 100% mirror everything you're saying. That's what I mean. Like, we are in this position due to our history and historically what has happened. So here we are. That's why I am in support of it, though, because the reason I'm in support of it, by the way, I agree with you. Ultimately, if I had to say definitive thing, should she be this role who is playing a historical character? No, it's very obvious because just like what I said a second ago about songs and just creative arts and stuff, I swear it's what I learned a lot from. I swear it's what a lot of people learn a lot from. You know, the books are there for us to read, but guess what we get a lot of our learning from? It tends to be creative arts, because if it's not TV programs, movies, sometimes you're listening to things. That's how I get a lot of my information and kind of how I'm able to talk about things. So, and I could just read the book, but I don't. That's not my first point.
Yeah, same.
Anymore.
I'm a visual person.
That's it.
I'd rather see it or hear it. Yeah.
That's it. I take in information from other sources of ways. And they also say that storytelling is a main way of getting things across. That's been done historically. I mean, it's done in the Bible. I'm not going down that route, but I'm just saying storytelling has been a massive way of passing information. So this is a form of storytelling. And with that being said, you would hope for it to be as close as possible. The
right story.
That's it. As close as possible to giving you a better understanding of history. But I'm talking about change, and that's why I support it. Because this conversation did not happen until this moment happened. Now it's all of a sudden a problem. This is the time that you then raise the problem, the real problem, which is this was not the first time. You're outraged now? What about the whole industry of movies, catalogs of this, whatever, that this has happened before? And that's why I'm in fully support of it. Because I feel like this is the moment to start the conversation. This is going to spiral into a long conversation. I want it to be on screen.
Well, I hope so. I hope that this does more good than it does bad.
Offset it.
Is what I'm trying to say. I hope it does. If that's the reasoning behind it, and I mean, she's going to have thick skin, and I'm sure she knows that. She's decided to do this. She's prepared herself for any sort of backlash. So yeah, I hope that this does whatever it is, the good that they think
not the first
it will
time
do, and that it will want to do.
Boleyn. That's the other thing that
it's
I
not,
support it.
But
so they have other references that they can go to for a more factual. That's not the same for us. That's not the same.
I
for
get it, but
people.
it's not that. I get that, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to use that argument because we'll still have multiple movies. Like, say, for example, Nelson Mandela. We've had Nelson Mandela portrayed multiple times, but even if it's the 55th time from now and they play a white person, I'm gonna have a problem with it, regardless if we've got 54 other examples of him being black. But yeah, it's not something that I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm up in awe or having an uproar about it, but I don't agree.
Well, we'll hope and see what happens next.
But I hope it does good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm interested.
I hope it
to
does
see this
good
conversation
rather than bad.
I'm interested to see how they cast everyone else as well. That's what
I wonder if Henry VIII is white. I'm guessing he is, because they would have had a problem with that. Because if they have a problem with Anne Boleyn, they would have had a problem with that. So yeah, I'm gonna assume that he's white. So yeah, before we end, guys, we're gonna end it on a nice little juicy note. We're gonna discuss the ick. The ick. So this week, I don't know why it's come back around, but again, I've just seen a lot of things. I've even on YouTube and stuff, people talking about getting the ick. So my question is, guys, for anyone that doesn't know what the ick is, so the ick, I mean, there's no actual, dictionary definition of this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, the ick was just being like getting turned off by somebody based on something that they've done or, a situation, just being like icky, a bit cringy. So yeah, have you guys ever gotten the ick / what would give you the ick? Here's my question.
The word ick gives me the ick. I hate it. I hate this whole topic. I'm not going to lie. I'm cringing at the fact that we're talking about this because I can't stand the word.
Why?
Ugh, it's just so nasty. It's like, can we move on? Find another phrase?
I think
Please.
that word.
Is it the word or is it what the word means that
It's the word.
gives you the ick?
Yeah, it shows the worst possible sound.
Icky, icky, icky.
Yeah. I think.
So you've never gotten the ick?
People have definitely made me cringe. Okay, so
Yeah, but cringe is not the same as having the ick. The ick means you're off.
You're
okay,
bad.
so
It's
definitive.
done. Yeah.
Definitive. Okay. Okay, I know one that I think a lot of people can say yes to. Just bad hygiene. You just turn up and you got a bad odor. I'm so sensitive with the nose. So if I smell something...
but that's just common, sis. That's just...
Well, you did say definitives, and that is a definitive for me.
Well, yeah. That's a
okay,
definitive
did you
for
mean
everybody.
more than that?
No, I mean, if it gives you the ick. So I can't argue with that. I mean...
Oh,
hygiene,
okay.
yeah.
People who just don't know how to say anything interesting. Because I actually categorize maybe a good 75% of people in that. So I guess definitively I hate 75% of people. This is not making me look good, guys.
See, okay, mine is. I mean, I'm sure I have more, but I would say a big one is. I don't want to sound really religious, but like when people are very vocally anti-Christ, I find that a huge one. Like even just like I'm talking about banter, like jokes as well, God-related jokes. I don't like stuff like that. And even if I'm interested in someone and then I hear that kind of thing, I'm like,
Off completely.
can't do that.
Completely.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
And bad hygiene, as I
mine?
said, obviously, but
I'm trying to think.
Actually, you know
Out
what?
of my like general turn-offs, like things like that, what gives me the ick?
Can I just add to what Ebony said, actually?
Mm-hmm.
Now that I understand a good example of what what I was meant to be thinking of. I just think general disrespect is something that really turns me off really quick. Like that means on anything, like if someone calls someone a derogatory term, name, or just feel like pointing out features about someone bad, like not someone bad, pointing out bad features about someone that they don't know, like just in the supermarket and just like, I'm not gonna laugh with you because...
Emily, you want to add to that?
sorry.
It's just ew.
Oh wait, I'll let you finish.
No, that was it. Just ew.
Okay, I've actually... Let me know. Anyway, so one very, one very, arguably specific example that I have is someone who is colorist and makes colorist comments. And I don't want to get too serious up in this.
We
business,
won't even go into
but
Shaking the
when they
table.
say ignorant and colorist comments and they don't realize that it is that. That is a straight cancellation. And I ain't going to say any more on that topic.
I agree.
Yeah, that is just disgusting to me.
Listen, I've been around people that have like been in conversations where someone has said something like super colorist, and like everyone's laughed, or they've just like it's just another passing comment. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean anything, and I'm just like, huh? Like, yeah, no. So yeah, I agree. I don't like stuff like that. I did just do a quick Google search though about examples of people getting the ick, and it's a lot less. It's a lot more superficial than what we're thinking. So this is what I thought you guys were going to say, but we didn't get any of these. But just to give you some examples, so this person says, when they're holding their cutlery with their fist balled up. So I guess people hold it like that. That gives them ick.
Okay, I'm seeing it.
I saw one earlier on Twitter, and someone said that if a guy runs for the bus.
No, I saw this. I saw this. Come on, people.
Then I thought about it, and I was like, would that give me the ick? Like, I don't want to see you running I don't know. Anyway, let me read some more. Someone says wearing a Christmas jumper would give them the ick. I don't agree with that. I love Christmas jumpers. Personally, if I'm in the early stages of dating someone and they, for example, wear a short sleeve floral shirt, then that would give them the ick. Oh no, if I see a guy wearing, what are those, are they called like muscle shirts? Mm-hmm. Like the vesties one with the arms are out.
Is that a white beater or something?
Yeah, that gives me the ick. Like, if you're wearing that out in public. I don't like that. Men with no socks on and short jeans and a nasty veiny ankle. That's a bit rude. Watching someone
ankle,
eat.
You know?
Yeah, like, what is a veiny ankle?
The disrespect.
I'm just looking at my ankles now. Like,
what is a veiny ankle? Someone said a loud eater. I also don't like loud eating.
Oh, for sure.
chewing your mouth open and smacking.
Yeah. How do you feel about people like slurping, like soup?
No.
I ain't a fan of that.
I
hate
never
that.
really seen that, so thank God.
Only on TV.
I've seen someone eat loud.
Oh my gosh, you know what is a ick for me? I actually got one now. Like guys who talk too much. Just talk too much. Have you ever found like a guy who is genuinely like, I'm talkative and he wants to talk to me like I'm like how I talk? Can you imagine two of me? Oh my! It's like, yes. I was like, one of us got to shut
do you know
up.
what gives me the ick as well? I don't like when guys are like too much on social media. That gives me the ick.
What do you mean?
Well,
just
we
like,
know about
active,
this.
just active on social media.
What are you on about? I just don't like. No. I just don't like when a guy is like you're just too out there. You're just doing too much on the gram. Like, why are you posting story every day? Your life's not that interesting.
No
like,
comment.
Gives me ick. Yeah. Anyone got any other icks that they feel they need to share?
All mine are too deep, I think.
Yeah. I think we're looking for more on the superficial side. Yeah, Ebony. You know.
Okay. Isn't there like a particular way a guy walks, you guys? Am I the only one who likes the way a person walks? And if they don't do a certain type of walk, it's a no? Now, this is really superficial.
No, I agree. I think the walking, and I also feel like dancing is one that will give me an ick. With extra K's. If you're dancing and it's like, and it could go either way. Either you're doing too much, you're doing too much, that will give me the ick. Or if you just have no rhythm whatsoever. If it's anything that's just cringy when it comes to dancing, will give me the ick. Like, completely.
I just don't feel qualified to speak on that topic, to be fair. But when you mentioned walking, okay, this is a superficial one thing. A hunch, like bad posture.
Yeah, what are you saying?
I'm sorry, but like you could be 6 feet tall. Who knows? But right now you're like, I don't know. Bad posture is just a really bad one. Okay? I'm not saying my posture's perfect all the time, but
Do you think you've ever given anyone the ick?
Oh, 100%.
I'm sure I have.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. Are you flipping joking? I don't shut up. That's enough.
I really hope I haven't given anyone the ick.
And my laugh.
If I have, don't ever tell me.
Yes. Not your laugh. But
Can you imagine? And my laugh. Yes.
What's a bad laugh though? Because I just feel like when you laugh, just laugh, just let it out. However,
my
like
real laugh,
the uglier the better.
Yeah, but if people look back at you, that's a little bit much.
Yeah. Depends where we are. If we're like at a restaurant, use your inside laugh. Don't use your alone in your bedroom watching Netflix laugh. I don't want to hear that one.
See, I can't control it. Like, you know, if in a restaurant I laugh the way I laugh, people turn heads. and it's not in a good way. And I'm really self-conscious about my laugh, but I love to laugh and I laugh a lot. So, you know, it is what it is. So yeah,
listen,
my laugh is huge.
I think it was last year, I remember there was actually a pivotal point in my life where I realised my real laugh. And I was like, wow, no one's actually heard this real laugh apart from my mum or my brother or whoever I live.
Let's hear it.
No, guys, it was one moment I was in my room and I was watching YouTube. Don't even know what I was watching, but I was laughing. I didn't even realise I was laughing so much. My mum texted me and she's like, what's so funny? And I had to check myself like, oh, hold on. I've been laughing like this for about 5 minutes straight and it was just so freeing. Like, I didn't even realise I was doing it. I was just
do you know them ones when you start screaming like,
yes. Oh, it's so ugly. And no one's actually ever heard me laugh like that.
Yeah.
But it's so black as well. Sorry to be like stereotypical, but my laugh is so black. Like, if you didn't have to see me, but you hear it, you just know. It's just...
Have you guys ever had a super belly laugh in the most inappropriate place?
Oh, yeah.
That's when it's the worst. Wherever you can't laugh, that's when shit's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's when something's funny.
Tell us the story. Story time. This should be funny.
No, I've just had it always. It's either been at school or been at work. And literally, I used to get kicked out of class for laughing. I was never like rude. Were you in my maths class, Ebony?
No.
I don't think you were.
I don't think so.
No. But yeah. Anyone that was in my maths class or my science class, you already know. I was laughing. And I couldn't stop. Like, you know, you just get in that
Once
moment. Once it starts, it's over.
It's finished.
It's over. Constantly used to get kicked out of class for laughing, especially maths.
You know what? The best laughs in the world is when it's inappropriate to do it. But it just makes it so much worse that you have to do it. I hate the fact that I laugh at people when they trip. And then I always see people... But wait, you'll be on the street, and someone trips and falls. Sorry, I'm not even trying to do it right now. Hold on. And then you see everybody go over to them to help them up. And I'm trying so hard not to, not
do you know that's one of my nightmares here? Things I actually fear. If I fall in public, don't come and try and help me up. Don't gather a crowd and try to leave me alone. No, leave me alone. I don't know what to do.
And you try to be like a nice person and help them, but they can see your face that you look like, you know, the Kermit the Frog with the drips of eyes, the eye drips down their face. That's me.
That's actually one of my nightmares. If I ever fall in public to that degree, no one come and help me. Just leave me alone.
Let me take the L.
Let me take the L on my own. You coming over is making it worse. I think I've only ever had one really public fall. That was really embarrassing.
I fell.
No, mine was outside school at 3:15. Like, the block was hot. Everyone was outside. And I fell. You know, like a cartoon fall. No, the block was hot. Everyone was outside. And you know our school, Ebony. I walked outside and it was snowing. And for whatever reason, something in my mind said, you know when the snow settles in the middle of the road? Something in my mind said to me, don't step over, Shanley, jump over. I leaped over the little line of snow in the middle of the road outside Shireland Collegiate Academy. We'll never forget the day. It was a cartoon fall, like my legs went I literally almost cartwheeled and I was slowing, but I've never been so embarrassed in my entire life. I got up so quickly. Where people laughing? Outside of our school, you would ask me where people laughing. Everyone was laughing.
I was trying to give us the benefit of the doubt.
I was so embarrassed.
I can't laugh at things just because of the fear of karma. Like, do you know You've Been Framed?
Yeah.
Big show. I could never watch that show. My mum would be laughing so hard. I can't because I'm so clumsy that, you know, I'm just asking for it. So.
Yeah. God willing, touch.
My fall is for everyone to see on social media for a very long time. So I had the best karma, I guess. I had the best karma.
Oh no, tell us a story, Dee, please.
No, we don't need to talk about it.
Right.
But bloody hell,
to our YouTube channel, guys. I'll have the footage up. I've still got footage of that.
I think a lot of people do on their
for
flipping camera
10,000 likes. I'll post that video.
Oh my days!
You share this podcast with all your mates. I'll post it.
Thank God. You know, the cushion is it's there.
Cushioning.
It wasn't your
everyone
fault
needs
though.
one
The thing is, you didn't fall out of stupidity like me. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
I
It was
voluntarily
provoked.
jumped my ass and fell. Yours was, circumstantial. But yeah, I don't even know how we got here, but we got here anyway. So yeah, gonna wrap it up for this week. That's everything that we have indulged in, and a lot of chit chat. So we know that Dee's had a very embarrassing fall that she refuses to tell us about. We know what everyone's ick is now, and we're waiting on this. Well, today's Sunday when we record this anyway, so we've got new episodes of The Bachelor and Real Housewives to look forward to also. Oh, sorry, just before we end, did anyone watch Basketball Wives?
Yes!
Because I saw today that there's 2 episodes out and I didn't even know that.
Okay, I got something.
So yeah,
to
we can
watch.
talk about that.
I love it.
I love Basketball Wives as well. But yeah, next week we'll discuss all of these and much more. Thank you guys for listening, and yeah, bye from me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.